in first place here at Rail Days.
Oh!
Are you kidding me?
Hold on to it. What's he got for the Rainbow Rail? And holding on to it.
Darcy Sharp just put on a show here in Roppongi Hills Arena. Now it's in the judges' hands, Corbin. We don't know what it's going to be.
As the smoke machines go off, the Japanese really know how to hold a contest.
Yes, they do.
Shout out to Burton, Mini, and Red Bull for coming together. What a final.
Emotional roller coaster, but a very enjoyable one. And the crowd loved it. As you can hear them start to react, we do know for a fact that Darcy Sharp is your winner. Alex Andrews in second place, and Zach Aller in third.
2014 champion, still in the mix there. Stick around. We'll talk to our Burton Rail Days champion right after this.
Drink, son?
No, thanks. I'm still driving.
What if we could stream the best comedies, dramas, and sports with no annual contracts or surprise fees? What if we could watch live TV on our favorite devices? What if we could get the TV experience we always wanted? What if we never again had to ask, what if? TV has changed. It's time to change how we get it. This is PlayStation Vue. Start your free trial today.
PlayStation.
Welcome to Vegas. Buckle up and let it ride. NASCAR Goes West heads to Las Vegas, Sunday at 3 Eastern on Fox.
Talk to you about Paige. Is she okay?
Tuesday.
Half our grain comes from America and its allies. If they're contaminating shipments, people will starve.
Roland Burroff is back in Moscow.
Anything you can give us?
You're going to get him killed.
How long's it gonna be before she slips, Dylan?
I don't know. She's not there.
The Americans, all new Tuesday at 10 on FX and FX Now.
What if the next big thing was discovered 1,000 years ago? This is the story of how the world became modern. Man and fire, man and medicine, man and language, man and transport. Innovations that changed the world and changed humanity. Origins, the journey of humankind. New episodes, Mondays at 9 on National Geographic.
Finals are complete here in Roppongi Hills Arena in Tokyo, Japan. Jack Ventrani is standing down on the snow with our Burton Rail Days champion.
Right, I got the winner right here, Darcy Sharp. Darcy, you were so consistent through that entire final while everybody else was falling. I mean, what was going through your mind? How'd you pull it off?
Yeah, just snowboarding pretty much, doing it as best as I could. And I mean, that's about all that was going through my mind. It was a lot of pressure, you know, and you could see it out there. Everybody was hungry, and so it did make for a harder situation to land, but happy I got to land a couple times, and all the other guys killed it as well.
Yeah, why do you think a lot of the other guys were having a lot more trouble during the finals than that final right there?
You know, I don't want to say it, but there is the factor that I've been competing for a couple years in slope styles, and that definitely helps with dealing with the pressure. Some of these guys just film rails, and I have major respect to them for all the tricks they do, but it definitely helps in this kind of situation to deal with the pressure.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, Darcy Sharp.
Right now, we're going to check out all of the highlights for the finals here at the Burton Rail Days. Oh, Some amazing snowboarding went down, and in those last few minutes, it just started to heat up, didn't it?
Well, and you can see with Seb Toots, you know, this is his second run. That first run that he did put down, he was starting to feel it toward the end there, and it was just a little too late. But there's Sean Ryan. Everyone, every rider that's competing here at Rail Days is very, very stoked for Sean Ryan. That was one of the craziest tricks that went down.
Some of the best snowboarding that went on. That's a wrap from us. Thanks for joining us for what was an unforgettable moment here in street snowboarding. From Tom Monteresso and Jack Ventrani, I'm Corbin Harris. See you later from Japan.
Coming up next from New York City, it's last call at Club Big East. We started with 10, but now only one will party at MSG.
This song and dance is brought to you by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Hit it, DJ.
Tonight, I just wanna take you away. Throw your hands up in the sky. Let's set this party on fire. Players, put your pinky rings up to the moon. What y'all trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe so clear. Look out. Pop, pop, it's showtime. Showtime. Guess who's back again? Oh, they don't know. Oh, they don't know. I bet they know as soon as we walk in. Shut up. Now watch me break it down like 24 karat. 24 karat magic. Fight the feeling, invite the feeling. Just put your pinky rings up to the moon. 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe so clear. Look out.
Villanova in the midst of their third straight 30-win season. They seek their third ever Big East tournament title. They take on a Creighton team that they've beaten 6 straight times. Time now for our team starting lineups and our national anthem. We send it now over courtside to your public address announcer, Ron Kish.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise and remove your caps. Here to perform the national anthem, please welcome the star of A Bronx Tale, currently on Broadway, 9-year-old Ethan Sporek.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Blue Jays of Creighton. At guard, a 6'3" freshman, number 1, Davion Mintz. At guard, a 6'3" sophomore, number 2, Kyrie Thomas. At guard, a 6'3" junior, 0, Marcus Foster. At center, a 7-foot freshman, number 23, Justin Patton. And at forward, a 6'8" senior, number 13, Cole Huff. The Blue Jays are coached by Greg McDermott. And now for the Wildcats of Villanova. At guard, a 6'2" sophomore, number 1, Jalen Brunson. At guard, a 6'5" senior, number 3, Josh Hart. At forward, a 6'7" sophomore, number 25, Mikael Bridges. At forward, a 6'6" senior, number 2, Chris Jenkins. And at forward, a 6'9" senior, number 45, Darryl Reynolds. The Wildcats are coached by Jay Wright.
Villanova won this tournament in 1995 and 2015, trying to do it again in 2017. For the call, courtside, Jim Jackson, Gus Johnson.
All right, Rob Stone, and we are ready for the Big East Championship game in the heart of New York City, Madison Square Garden, the mecca of basketball. Hi, everybody. Gus Johnson, along with former National Player of the Year at Ohio State, Jim Jackson. And welcome to the Garden. Jimmy, Villanova has dominated Creighton over the last 6 meetings. They won both meetings this year. What do you expect to see in this one?
Well, a hard-fought game because both teams have something on the line. If Creighton wins, they can improve their status going into the NCAA tournament, maybe move up a slot. For Villanova, you win the Big East, number 1 overall seed is a possibility. So, and also another Big East tournament championship. So a lot on the line for both teams.
All right, let's join the third member of our team on the sideline, Lisa Byington.
Yeah, Gus, well, as strange as it sounds, Jay Wright told me the real joy tonight does not come in getting the number 1 overall seed or even in getting a championship here tonight. It comes in beating Creighton. And that's been the mentality and the strength of our senior class. He added, look at last year. We lost this game, the number 1 seed, and a chance at Philly for the regional. We ended up being okay as the number 2. We are at our best focusing on the next challenge tonight. That is only Creighton, Gus.
All right, thank you very much, Lisa. Jay Wright, 55 years old, on last night's semifinal win over Seton Hall. We got outplayed. Their game plan was better than ours, but we just found ways at the end. Great players make great plays, and that's what happened with us. Coach McBuckets, Greg McDermott on his team's perseverance. We've been through a lot the last 5 or 6 weeks, and for us to be sitting on this stage getting ready to play in the championship game is a credit to the character of the people I have in my locker room. Your officials, Pat Driscoll, Mike Stevens, James Breeden. This is a series that dates back to 1950. Villanova leads it 9-2 and has won 6 in a row. Nova won this year's regular season meetings by 10 on the road and by 16 at home. Darryl Reynolds, Justin Patton in the circle. Villanova Creighton for the Big East title, and we're underway from the Garden. Davion Mintz will bring it up the floor. The key for him, the freshman is to stay under control.
Slow down, be decisive, don't over-penetrate, just run the offense, stay within your game.
Kyrie Thomas on the curl, they kick it to Mintz, he'll take a shot. Short. Reynolds with a rebound. Villanova beat Seton Hall 55-53 in last night's semifinal. Josh Hart turned a rebound into a go-ahead three-point play. Misses his first shot of the night. Patton with a board. He'll kick it out to Marcus Foster. Cross court, Kyrie Thomas. Extra pass off. Downtown. Short. Jalen Brunson the other way. He's the straw that stirs the drink for this team. On the wing, Jenkins hits his first shot, and Big Smooth is on the board.
And we saw this against St. John's when Big Smooth was able to knock down that first jump shot, how it just opened up this game. So, a great sign.
15-foot pull-up, Thomas, no. Creighton has trailed at halftime in their last two basketball games, but have come back to win it here in this tournament. Yesterday against Xavier, and in their first game against Providence. Jenkins shows it, drive, floats. Mintz leaves it for Hoff. He's got a great jump shot. Cole Hoff from Pasadena, California. Baseline, Foster draws a double. Mintz lobs it. Justin Patton.
And that's the simple play. Instead of trying to force it, Mintz didn't panic when the shot clock was going down. Near steal. Backdoor cut. He saw Patton able to put it right on time.
Big game for Patton last night. 21 points. 3 rebounds, 2 blocks in 31 minutes. Jenkins posting up. Backs down Huff. And a foul. Offensive foul on Jenkins.
I talked about just being patient, and now Devion Mintz out the corner of his eye, able to spot Justin Patton, but again, just always moving with the ball. This young man that stays active, points towards the rim. I don't know how you lose a seven-footer on the back line, guys.
Foster, he's been electric in this tournament. Kansas State transfer. Kyrie Thomas, as tough as nails. Ball knocked away by Reynolds. 9 to shoot. Patton, he's got a jumper. A brick, rebounded. Josh Hart, he'll lead the way. Brunson. Jenkins, quick release.
Gus, I'm telling you, when I saw him warming up today, he had a different feel, different look in his eye. And it's obvious he's wired in, and his teammates early on are finding him.
He only had 4 points in yesterday's semifinal against Seton Hall. Mintz to Thomas. Deep jumper. Found it.
I like him.
Love this kid.
I mean, Gus, you've been around enough to know that some guys just got it. Came in as a defensive-minded player. His offense is elevated, but more importantly, what has come out of everything is his leadership.
Jenkins facing up on Huff with a screen, steps back. They swing it. Jenkins lets it go again. In and out. Snatched down by Foster. Baseline, rise and fire Thomas. And we'll stay right here.
Big Smooth getting in position. One of the best, Jalen Brunson, at maintaining his dribble. Kyrie Thomas, you were close, but not close enough. And then Kyrie back on the other end. We talked about his improvement, Gus. It's just incredible to see how far he's gone as an offensive threat for this Creighton team.
Only a sophomore. He was the Big East Defensive Player of the Year. Inside Foster, double clutch up and in. Tell you what, when I look at this kid, he seems like a smaller version of a kid I loved watching at UCLA, now with the Raptors, Norman Powell.
Oh, yes. Great comparison. Strong, but more importantly, so confident in what he can do on the court. But he knows how to use that physical ability he has.
Baseline Hart. That one kicked out of bounds by Foster. DiVincenzo in the game now.
Toughness is a word that I use when I talk about Marcus Foster. Not afraid of the big moment, not afraid to get his body inside, elusive, able to use the glass.
Marcus Foster off to a good start against the national champions. The winner of this game will be crowned Big East Tournament champs.
Let's go to Sin City. Fierce, fast, a little out of control. In this town, the odds are never in your favor. But sometimes you just gotta roll the dice.
Look at that. Checkered flag. Unbelievable.
NASCAR Goes West heads to Las Vegas. Sunday at 3 Eastern on Fox. Sponsored by Toyota. Let's go places.
Rated T for teen. Sure, you can take down a 60-foot robotic dinosaur with one of these. But where's the skill in that? Survive a future dominated by machines. Protect yourself with unique outfits. Take down your enemies with specialized weapons. Get this bonus content and more in the Horizon Zero Dawn Digital Deluxe Edition. Available only on the PlayStation Store. PlayStation.
Once there was a little pig that had built his house out of straw. One day, a big bad wolf huffed and he puffed and blew the house down. Luckily, the Geico Insurance Agency had helped the pig with homeowner's insurance. He had replacement cost coverage, so his house was rebuilt good as new. The big bad wolf now has a job on a wind farm. Call Geico and see how easy it is to switch and save on homeowner's insurance.
Commitment to excellence. That's the Big East way.
Fox College Hoops is sponsored by Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 40 straight years. 7-6, Creighton on top of Villanova. Here in the first half of the Big East Tournament Championship game. Two more teams have entered the NCAA tournament. North Carolina Central winning the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, and Vermont undefeated in the America East. The Catamounts are headed to the big dance as well. Eric Pascal is checked in now for Villanova. He joins Dante DiVincenzo, Chris Jenkins, Jalen Brunson, and Josh Hart.
Small lineup, probably four across the board, which allows Villanova on the perimeter, Gus, to be more aggressive because they can switch a lot of pick and rolls, and they're going to give some help inside with Justin Patton happens to touch it deep.
Jalen Brunson will throw it inbounds. Here's Brunson. And throws it away. Little second turnover for Villanova.
Yeah, a little miscommunication that time. Dante DiVincenzo wanted to cut back door. Jalen assumed that he's going to maintain his position behind the three-point line.
Davion Mintz as DiVincenzo picks him up in the backcourt. Mintz, Foster, Kyrie Thomas, Patton, and Kohlhoff, the original starting five, still on the floor. Thomas. Inside Patton, great position and a foul. As Chris Jenkins.
And I like this play. It's a misdirection play. Swing it to the opposite side. Bam, post up. Patton inside. That time Chris Jenkins got caught behind and couldn't get around the front. That's his second foul.
Foster, and he traveled. Marcus Foster 21 points on 7 of 17 shooting, 6 dimes as well yesterday, including the game-winning three-pointer with 6 seconds remaining.
I asked him, did he have any intention of giving the ball up after Bakura hit it in his face? He said, of course not.
Josh Hart, who had the game winner for Villanova, lost it out of bounds. And that's the 3rd turnover for the Wildcats.
One thing Kyrie Thomas can do with Josh, he may give up a little bit size-wise, but physical-wise, he has a big enough body to put a little bit more pressure on Josh Hart.
Villanova did not have a great first half against Seton Hall. They were down heading into the locker room at halftime, but managed to really put together a terrific second half to win the game. Pat facing up on Pascal. He's got a height advantage across the lane. The left jumper rings out. Here's a double team for Hart. Ball reversal, baseline, DiVincenzo drives, cut off by Mintz. Great feet by Mintz defensively. 3 to shoot, Brunson, and hits. Jalen Brunson, such a clutch basketball player. He's only a sophomore. 9-7, Nova, back door, and kicked by Brunson.
But Gus, championship teams don't panic. So they knew the shot clock was going down, and Jalen Brunson squared up. Marcus Foster didn't take away the airspace, and now you're able to get it up. But that just comes with experience and understanding that we can still get our shot up, even with the shot clock ticking down.
Looks like an NBA 3 there, just
deep, too.
Zach Hansen checks in now for Cole Huff.
You know what's interesting? I think got lost in the shuffle the other night about Villanova being down at halftime. They only were down 27 points. So the defense did their job. They just missed some open shots, so that allowed them in the second half to get right back in.
Kyrie Thomas curling Clement deep in the corner. Hit one there yesterday, not this time. Mikal Bridges brings it up the floor. Bridges played only 1 minute against St. John's because of a stomach virus. Hart guarded by Foster. Eight to shoot. Hart, quick release 3. Rims off. Reynolds with the offensive rebound. And he'll pull it out. New shot clock for the national champions. Quick release. DiVincenzo there. Hart offensive rebound. And he missed the chip. He gets it again. And pulls it back.
Nova just a little quicker right now. The 50-50 balls, offensive rebounds, allowing multiple possessions early.
DiVincenzo. Good defense by Creighton on that trip. Clement the other way. Toby Heckner in the game with the ball right now. Foster guarded by DiVincenzo. And a foul will be called against Villanova. And that's Mikal Bridges.
Little battle inside, and the best way to get a foul is to stay active, and tough one right there in the scrum.
Zach Hansen is a senior. He's got great size. He's been troubled with an ankle injury this year. He's 6'9".
With a big body, but him coming back into the lineup mid-season, again, helps the depth, but also gives you leadership and maturity inside.
Isaiah Zierden feeds Zach Hansen across the lane on Painter. Goes up and lays it in.
Prime example. 2 dribbles, big body inside against Painter, who's a young freshman still trying to figure it out. What a weapon to have if you're Creighton.
Creighton's got great size. Patton is a 7-footer. Hansen 6'9", Heckner 6'10". Darrell Reynolds, their big man, is 6'9". Now steal by Kyrie Thomas. And he's stripped. Turns it over. DiVincenzo walks it up the floor. He had 9 yesterday.
Interesting lineup, too, that Jay Wright has in. Basically 3 forwards in there with 2 guards.
Mikal Bridges, high stepper to the cup. And the long arms gets him to the hole.
He can do that, man. Head down, smart player, long, athletic.
He's got the wingspan of a condor. Hegner, he'll fire it through. Chase his own rebound, couldn't hold on. Bridges. Kyrie Thomas the other way in a hurry. Down the lane. Kick. Zierden rising fire. In and out. Hanson rebound and put back.
Valuable. Transition. Kyrie Thomas able to get it up quick, get a shot. Hanson inside, clean it up.
A season that began in November. 10 teams, 1 goal, 1 dream. Only 2 remain.
They said he was too old. They said she couldn't compete. They said we can compete. The new Skechers Go Run 5. Skechers Performance. Choose greatness.
The old rules of TV are no longer with us. Now it's okay to root for the bad guy.
Your favorite character can die without warning.
And we can store more shows than you could ever watch. We no longer need the box or the guy who installs it. The rules of TV have changed. It's time to change how you get it.
Dear Predictable, there's no other way to say this. It's over. I found a permanent escape from monotony. Together, we are perfectly balanced. Our senses awake. Our hearts racing as one. I know this is sudden, but they say if you love something, set it free. See you around, Julia.
Looking sharp, Len. Who's the lucky lady?
I'm going to the bank to discuss a mortgage.
See, you need a loan, you put on a suit, you go crawling to the bank. This is how I dress to get a mortgage. I just go to Lending Tree. I calculate how much home I can afford. I get multiple offers to compare side by side. And the best part is, the banks come crawling to me.
Everything you need to get a better mortgage. Clothing optional. Lending Tree. When banks compete, you win.
Okay.
Awkward.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground was where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and shooting some b-ball outside. Arby's, we have the meat.
You're watching a Fox Sports presentation. We'll have more right after this.
Okay, that's a one-piece breast, $5. Pot pie costs you $5. That's a famous bowl, 5 bills. Tenders for a $5, and that's my 2-piece original recipe, also $5. That's 5 real meals, each for $5. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
They said he was too old. They said she couldn't compete. They said we can compete. The new Skechers Go Run 5. Skechers Performance. Choose greatness.
Dad.
Mobile Strike. Free from the App Store.
The only thing that stands between you and great sleep is a simple box. The revolutionary Casper mattress perfectly balances soft and firm for outrageous comfort. It's the internet's favorite mattress. Order online. You can try it for 100 nights in your own home. And if you don't like it, we'll pick it up and refund you everything. Try it today, risk-free, at Casper.com.
Will the all-new KFC Georgia Gold Chicken with its great tasting honey mustard barbecue sauce make you rich and successful? I don't know. It's finger-licking gold.
Let's go to Sin City. Fierce, fast, a little out of control. In this town, the odds are never in your favor. But sometimes you just gotta roll the dice.
Look at that. Checkered flag.
NASCAR Goes West heads to Las Vegas. Sunday at 3 Eastern on Fox. Sponsored by Toyota. Let's go places.
Soccer Sunday. It's time to stand. Catch Minnesota versus Atlanta on ESPN2 at 5 Eastern. Then LA versus Portland on FS1 at 7 Eastern.
You're watching a Fox Sports presentation. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in our program.
With Lady Liberty in the background, Villanova in pursuit of their 7th straight win over Creighton. They're up 8 with 3:44 to go in the first half. Rob Stone with you. Coming up on the Jeep Grand Cherokee halftime report. What a week it's been for Michigan. On Tuesday, their plane skidded off the runway. Now they find themselves in the Big Ten championship game where they'll take on Wisconsin. Plus, we'll check in the SEC. Kentucky looking for their 3rd straight SEC tourney title. Guys, we'll see you at the break.
All right, Rob, thank you very much. So let's take a look at some tournament stars. Peyton Henson, terrific job, 17-4 for Vermont as they advance to the NCAAs. De'Aaron Fox had 28 today in the semifinal for Kentucky, and Derek Walton Jr. close to 30-9 as Michigan defeats Minnesota and will take on Wisconsin in the title game in the Big Ten. Download the new Fox Sports VR mobile app to live stream today's game in virtual reality presented by Jeep. It's as if you're watching from a VIP suite in the arena. Download the app from iTunes, Google Play, or the Oculus Store. No VR glasses required. Terrific crowd on hand, a sellout here at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, to watch Villanova and Creighton in the Big East Tournament Championship game. Josh Hart, Player of the Year, Jalen Brunson, their terrific point guard. Hart and Brunson scored the last 20 points last night. They've scored 20 of the 28 this evening.
Always involve those two somewhat.
Hart driving, gets there, off the glass and in.
The jump shot is setting up the drive, but that time putting his body right into the chest of Patton. Now he can't use that size to be able to block a shot.
8-0 run for Villanova. Kyrie Thomas, he's got to look for his offense. Skip past Zier. Foster, he's been quiet as well. Bridges guarding him. Lobs it inside. Patton, and a foul. DiVincenzo is on his back.
When you're older, you're savvy. He sees Justin Patton coming, but what he was able to do is manipulate his body enough to get that shoulder sideways right there, create the contact, bump Justin Patton off the spot. Now he couldn't elevate over the top. Again, that comes with experience, Gus, of being there, knowing it, and knowing how to play.
Baseline Foster. And he buries it. Foster with 4. 30-22. DiVincenzo picked up the foul on that last play for Villanova. He's got 1. Hart fouled up top.
These plays are so important right here. Look at the stack right here. Go peel a guy off Foster. It's like within your offense, and he can't get back too quick enough in order for Foster to get his shot. Those are the little points that help you win games outside of your normal offense. Coach McDermott, one of the best that does it.
Hegner picks up this first foul. Brunson. Now hard across the lane. Backdoor cut. Jenkins had it knocked out of his hands by Hegner. The Wildcats will keep it.
And that's one of their favorite plays. You get stuck to guarding in the corner. And the Villanova players do an excellent job of kind of sneaking back door. Hegner almost had it. Nova changed possession.
Hart again. This time off the dribble. Wow. Again. Wow. Josh Hart with 15 points in the first half. Wow. And Jenkins forces a turnover. Josh Hart. Tell you what, there's a saying in Brooklyn. Brolic. Beast.
Yeah, and for those who said that this game didn't really mean anything for Villanova, are you still thinking that right now? Watching this performance, especially by Josh Hart?
Villanova with a chance to get the #1 overall seed in the tournament. Chris Jenkins. Now you got trouble.
Why not?
Jenkins and Hart cooking. 34-22. But Creighton can score points in bunches, especially with Foster, Kyrie Thomas, and Justin Patton. They're 3 stars. Foster spinning, and he travels. 9 turnovers for Creighton.
Why? You say, you know the pump fake is coming. But a lot of times, Gus, when you're in scramble mode like Hegner was right there, forget about your discipline. And Chris Jenkins understood that. He's going to use that pump fake to his advantage and then get to that 15-footer and pull up.
.125 to go in the first half. Villanova with a 34-22 lead. It's been all Josh Hart. Pascal. Back to Jenkins. Outlet, Kyrie Thomas on the move. Patton. Jenkins dives, forces a turnover. Numbers for Nova. Brunson, Euro step, up and in. Wow. The national champions come out in beast mode. 46.4 to go. They're doing it on both ends of the floor. Big smooth diving. Jalen Brunson. Dad, you didn't have that. 36-22, back after this.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack knocked over a candlestick onto the shag carpeting, and his pants ignited into flames, causing him to stop, drop, and roll. Luckily, Jack recently had Geico help him with renter's insurance, because all his belongings went up in flames. Jack got full replacement and now has new pants he ordered from Banana Republic. Visit Geico.com and see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
They said he was too old. They said she couldn't compete. They said we can compete. The new Skechers Go Run 5. Skechers Performance. Choose greatness.
Mobile Strike.
Download and play now.
free from the App Store. Sometimes just looking at a sandwich can fill you with pride. Just like how eating a sandwich can fill you with sandwich. Arby's, we have the meat.
Our global society faces complex issues that demand action.
At Villanova University, faculty and students wrestle with real-world problems.
Knowledge gained in classrooms is applied to find real-world solutions.
And strong in-country partnerships turn ideas into meaningful change.
Villanova's rigorous academics provide the tools. Our Augustinian values fuel our passion.
Ignite change. Go Nova.
Fox Monday, 24 is back, and it's incredible.
There's a situation at CTU.
Have to try and stop these attacks.
This is only the beginning.
In all-new 24 Legacy, Dan.
I will upgrade the 13th district to the best technology money can buy.
You're not a cop. You just happen to own a police district.
Shouldn't I at least get a badge? I dropped $90 million.
An all-new APB after 24 Legacy, Monday on Fox.
Over get your pie.
Back to the Big East Championship on Fox, sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Villanova on top of Creighton 36-22 with 46 seconds remaining here in the first half. Tomorrow on Fox, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series goes west to Las Vegas. Will Brad Keselowski hit the jackpot again, or will Jimmy Johnson take another checkered flag? Find out at the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series from Las Vegas tomorrow at 3 Eastern on Fox. Right now, this Villanova team looks like they're going 100 miles an hour.
Well, they do, and I talked about finding other ways to win. Coaches look at this, turnovers. Can we get a point of turnover? Right now, Villanova has forced 10 turnovers. You have 11 points off of that. Last night, 17 turnovers, 17 points. Those are areas where this Villanova team is very good.
Villanova on a 14-2 run, and it's been all Hart, Brunson, and Jenkins. Hart, Jenkins, seniors. Brunson, a sophomore. Hegner. Shot clock turned off. 23 seconds remaining on the game clock as Jalen Brunson takes his time and walks it into the front court. Most likely, this will be an opportunity for Josh Hart. Hart, top of the arc, 7 to shoot. One dribble, rises. That will partially block. Outlet, Kyrie Thomas. He's got to hurry, and he won't get it off in time. Hart with 15 points and 5 rebounds in the first half. Brunson, 11 points and 3 assists.
Well, this is where that floater comes in, Gus. Right now, you just got to let it go. Kyrie Thomas trying to get all the way for the dunk.
Coach McDermott. Let's go to Lisa Byington.
Well, Brunson and Hart have all but 10 of your first half points. What mentality has your backcourt taken here offensively?
They've been aggressive. I like our defense, though. I'm proud of our defense. Creighton's a very explosive offensive team. Doug is a really good coach. They're going to come with some good action here in the second half. We got to be prepared defensively.
You're holding them to 22 points. It's the second straight game in the first half you held an opponent to fewer than 30. So what satisfies you the most about your defense?
I like our connectedness. You know, at least we're scoring this time. Last time we couldn't score. But as I said, Doug is a really good coach. He's gonna make some adjustments here. They're gonna come out firing. We got to be prepared. We still got to be able to score.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Gus?
Thank you, Lisa. That's the end of the first half of the score. 36-22, national champions leading the Creighton Blue Jays. Rob Stone, Steve Lavin, Donnie Marshall will be back with the Jeep Grand Cherokee halftime report right after this. You're watching the Big East Championship exclusively on Fox.
Dear Predictable, there's no other way to say this. It's over. I found a permanent escape from monotony. Together, we are perfectly balanced. Our senses awake. Our hearts racing as one. I know this is sudden, but they say if you love something, set it free. See you around, Julia.
Rated T for Teen.
The stories don't tell us where the old ones went. They don't tell us why the machines rule these lands. But they warn us that this balance cannot last. A storm is coming, and I will be ready.
PlayStation.
Which university is recognized as one of the best in providing undergraduate research opportunities? Which university is an innovative leader in health sciences and business education and was named the top university in the Midwest 14 years in a row with more than 100 academic programs to develop your passions? And which university has a campus community engaged in social justice and service to others in our local neighborhoods and across the globe? This is more than an education. This is Creighton University.
MLS Soccer Sunday. It's time to stand. Watch ESPN2 at 5 Eastern and FS1 at 7 Eastern.
As long as I'm here, I have 2 jobs. To make sure nobody dies or winds up pregnant.
Oh, God, are we having the talk?
No, I don't want to have the talk at all.
If you missed the Mick, you've missed TV's hilarious new comedy.
Is that a mojito? Yeah, it is. That's my girl.
Caitlin Olsen is a comedic force of nature in our new comedy crush.
What the hell happened? You brought a junkie to a kid's birthday party. He's joking! I gotta clear this out. Oh, what? This is so stupid.
The Mick, Tuesdays on Fox.
What if the next big thing was discovered 1,000 years ago? This is the story of how the world became modern. Man and fire, man and medicine, man and language, man and transport. Innovations that changed the world and changed humanity. Origins, the journey of humankind. New episodes, Mondays at 9 on National Geographic.
You're watching a Fox Sports presentation. We'll have more right after this.
Archer.
New season.
You are just terrifying.
New era.
Looks like she's having a rough night.
Her? What about me? New network.
Move, dick.
Slang for detective, so not an insult.
Archer Dreamland. Premieres Wednesday, April 5th at 10. Coming to FXX.
My new Georgia Gold chicken tenders at KFC make regular Gold jealous. My Georgia Gold is hand-prepared with tangy honey mustard barbecue sauce, and Gold is only gold. Get it as a chicken little sandwich, extra crispy tenders, or extra crispy chicken for a limited time. KFC, it's finger-licking gold.
What if we could stream the best comedies, dramas, and sports with no annual contracts or surprise fees? What if we could watch live TV on our favorite devices? What if we could get the TV experience we always wanted? What if we never again had to ask, what if? TV has changed. It's time to change how we get it. This is PlayStation Vue. Start your free trial today.
PlayStation.
They said he was too old. They said she couldn't compete. They said we can compete. The new Skechers Go Run 5. Skechers Performance. Choose greatness.
Will the all-new KFC Georgia Gold chicken with its great tasting honey mustard barbecue sauce make you rich and successful? I don't know. It's finger-licking gold.
UEFA Champions League is on FS1. Tuesday, down but not out. English champion Leicester City must strike back against Sevilla. Wednesday, Manchester City battles Monaco. UEFA Champions League, Tuesday and Wednesday at 3 Eastern on FS1.
Big cities. Big names. Big legacies.
Big sisters and brothers. Big ideas. Big expectations. Big stage. Big results. That's the Big East way.
To 22, Villanova leading Creighton as we head to the second half here in New York City. Gus Johnson with Jimmy Jackson. I tell you what, in that first half, Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson, they were sensational.
It's funny because as a senior, the sense of urgency, you know your career's coming to an end. It's a lot of things you want to accomplish. And I thought Josh Hart in the first half came out so aggressive. He wanted to set the tone early, and then that opened up the door again for Jalen Brunson to kind of come on the back end. When plays were needed, offense got a little stagnant. Brunson was able to come right into it, and you see the stats in the first half. Jalen Brunson, 4 for 4, 3 assists. Josh Hart, I love the 14 field goals because he's aggressive in the first half.
All right, let's take a look at the Jeep first half stats. Villanova shooting 47%.
Well, two things, too, right here. Points off of turnovers for Villanova, able to get that. The steals, three-point field goals for Creighton. Not shooting the ball particularly well, but a lot of that, give credit to Villanova's defense.
Let's go to Lisa Byington.
Where does the offense come from for Creighton here in the second half? Greg McDermott is pointing to the fact that they've turned the ball over and the 11 points off turnovers for Villanova. In fact, that concerns him more than any shooting woes in the first half. He said our three-point looks, some of them are too quick, in my opinion, and the Patton factor, he would like to get him to the rim a little bit more and avoid some of those 15-foot post-ups, Gus.
All right, Lisa, so we start the second half. And I remember you actually talked to Josh Hart and told him that you wanted him to be a little bit more aggressive, and you're seeing that in this game.
Well, actually, that was in the Creighton game that we had there at Villanova. And he has the ultimate green light.
Off the glass, Chris Jenkins, and he'll bank it down. Chris Jenkins with 10 points.
And guess how he got that again, Gus? The pump fake, you bite on it. Not the quickest, but he's savvy enough to get that big body inside the lane.
So Hart with 15. Brunson with 11, Jenkins with 10. Villanova forces a turnover. Here comes Hart in transition. Kicks it out, Jenkins. And a blocking foul coming up. Right now, Creighton just overwhelmed.
Well, they are, but here it is again. The closeout, you're not disciplined. You give up a driving lane. That time, Patton in between whether to leave or stay at home with Reynolds. Again, it's easier said than done sitting on the sideline, not to go for that pump fake.
Jenkins backing down, Hoff across the lane, fades, and it's how simple can it get for Big Smooth?
And how simple can it be for Jay Wright to make sure that Big Smooth touches the ball and gets involved early in the second half?
Mintz. Tyree Thomas inside, uses his body, hangs, got tipped by Patton in.
That time Josh Hart pursuing the rebound, didn't put a body on Patton.
So if you're Creighton, what do you have to do?
Get stops, not shooting the ball well from the perimeter. Try to get to the free throw line. Only 6 free throws last night, none in the first half here. That's another way you can get yourself back in the game.
Runs it, left hand strong. Kicks it out, Jenkins pumps. Brunson deep. Batted out by Bridges, new shot clock. Big Smooth, a 3. Patton saves it from going out of bounds. Here's Marcus Foster now. He only has 4 points. Brunson, back door, Hart, and he traveled.
A part of Chris Jenkins' arsenal last year was the ability to post up and go one-on-one. Not seeing a lot of it, but when he gets a chance, he takes advantage of it. On the opposite end, when you have activity, you got to help and rotate. Kyrie Thomas to the basket. Josh Hart not putting the body on Pat. You need to see more of that from Creighton.
DiVincenzo in guarding Thomas. Cole Hoff, 4 to shoot. Steps back and hits. Cole Hoff with 5. 3 minutes in to the second half of the Big East Tournament Championship game between the national champion Villanova Wildcats, the top seed, and the Creighton Blue Jays, the number 6 seed. Hart, 15. Backdoor. DiVincenzo fumbles it. And a whistle and foul as DiVincenzo is called for the foul. His second.
Coach McDermott would love to see more of this. Cole Hoff creating a little space for a step-back jump shot. The thing with Creighton to get back in this game also, too, is to get defensive stops like we just saw in that last possession. Multiple stops.
Knocked out of bounds and we'll head the other way. Josh Hart active defensively. 12 turnovers for Creighton.
Yeah, but another unforced turnover, this time just passing through. You got to be certain on those passes. You know Josh Hart is very good and very active with his hands.
Creighton with 12 turnovers, and Villanova throws it away on the other end. They have 8. Knocked away by Brunson and out of bounds. Now Mikal Bridges will check in.
And Gus, this is a game where Creighton misses that point guard because now you're having Marcus Foster or Kyrie initiate the offense where they would normally be on the wing. And now you penetrate, now you get it to them on the wing. They can break it down, but not having that decision maker, that quick guy out front, really hurts the offense against a team like Villanova.
Mo Watson lost for the season with a knee injury at Xavier this year. Kyrie Thomas lost it on the way up. Taken away by DiVincenzo. Jenkins. Pascal crosses over, kicks. Bridges in the corner. Thomas knocked away by Pascal. DiVincenzo. Bridges. Up and in. Villanova. 40-26.
It's all about seizing the moment. Eric Pascal playing thief from behind, which leads to another opportunity for Villanova to get out in transition, make their claim, the best in the Big East.
15:30 to go. Second half, the national champions with a 42-26 lead over Creighton.
Premier Boxing Champions top fighters go toe-to-toe on FS1. Matching strength and speed.
Can he finish it this time?
Combined with heart and determination.
What a right hand!
For a shot at becoming a champion.
What a way to finish!
This week, Sergey Derevyanchenko is ready to go to work as Kamal Russell makes his PBC debut. Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
Dear Predictable, there's no other way to say this. It's over. I found a permanent escape from monotony. Together we are perfectly balanced. Our senses awake. Our hearts racing as one. I know this is sudden, but they say if you love something, set it free. See you around, Julia.
They said he was too old. They said she couldn't compete. They said we can compete. The new Skechers Go Run 5. Skechers Performance. Choose greatness.
The only thing that stands between you and great sleep is a simple box. The revolutionary Casper mattress perfectly balances soft and firm for outrageous comfort. It's the internet's favorite mattress. Order online. You can try it for 100 nights in your own home. If you don't like it, we'll pick it up and refund you everything. Try it today, risk-free, at Casper.com.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground was where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and shooting some b-ball outside. Arby's, we have the meat.
Bring on the most opinionated guys in the game.
LeBron's not MJ, ever.
What am I watching? Who is this guy?
Add a few friends.
We got 6 Super Bowl rings here between the 4 of us.
And go all in.
I'm tough to block, my man. Sometimes I hit a little hard.
Next!
Speak for yourself. Weeknights at 6 Eastern on FS1.
The Big East Championship on Fox is sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. 42-26. Villanova dominating this game here in New York City. And check this out. Since the field expanded in 1985, these are the teams that won the regular season title, conference tournament title, and national title. Can Villanova do it this year is the big question. You don't like when the Gators did it? Because they beat Ohio State. Greg Oden and Mike Conley Jr.
I told you before, I was a bad luck charm because not only that game I was at, we lost. I was at the national championship football and lost to Florida and Phoenix. I don't like them too much.
Oh, by the way, Michigan's in the Big Ten Tournament Championship game tomorrow.
You went to Howard. So what does that mean to you? Just because you're from Detroit, you don't claim Michigan.
43-26. Oh. And wow, Creighton.
I mean,
just unraveling here.
Well, lack of a true ball handler and decision maker. That's something when you lose a point guard like that, the decision making against the press, when to push up. It's hard to replace that, guys.
And Creighton's season high in turnovers is 17. They have 15 already this evening. Josh Hart pulls up. Surgical.
Good teams make you pay for turning it over. And it's not like Villanova is applying constant hard pressure. They're just making Creighton think and be uncomfortable in what they're doing. They're second-guessing everything offensively right now. The passes, they're telegraphing things, but you got to give it to Villanova for forcing Creighton to be uncomfortable.
And as I've said this season, Jay Wright, you know, he's known for having these great tailored suits, but I'll tell you what, he will tailor a defense for an opponent. Just like Floyd Mayweather, for each individual opponent, he gets a new suit on defense. And another turnover.
Well, keep in mind, too, this is a better matchup for Villanova. Seton Hall, that game, this is a more physical, tough-minded team that can beat you in so many different ways. Creighton is free-flowing, not as physical. You see Villanova being more of the aggressor physically. So this is a better matchup in terms of the way Villanova plays against Creighton.
Josh Hart with 18 points. Chris Jenkins. Harold Jr. with the rebound off the bench.
Even when Jenkins missed, Gus, the shots comes off really soft.
Harold Jr. Brunson, the kind of player, it seems like he's never in a rush, Jimmy.
Always under control.
Bridges. Foster in transition, gets to the basket. Patton can't get it. Harold Jr. is there for the follow. And a timeout called by the Wildcats. Harold Jr. with 5 points right off the bench, 46-31. Creighton starting to show some signs of life. The Big East Tournament, 35 years at the world's most famous arena.
They said he was too old. They said she couldn't compete. They said we can compete. The new Skechers Go Run 5. Skechers Performance. Choose greatness.
Mobile Strike. Download and play now. Free from the App Store. The Reuben hails from New York. But with Arby's new Reuben, with double the meat, they should rename the city New York, New York. Arby's, we have the meat.
Welcome to Vegas. Buckle up and let it ride. NASCAR Goes West heads to Las Vegas. Sunday at 3 Eastern on Fox.
There's a situation at CTU.
You're putting American lives in danger.
I can't just let these attacks happen and do nothing.
They're gonna kill a lot of people. Have to try and stop them.
This is only the beginning.
24 Legacy, all new Monday on Fox.
I wanted to talk to you about Paige. Is she okay?
Tuesday.
Half our grain comes from America and its allies. If they're contaminating shipments, people will starve.
Oleg Borov is back in Moscow. Anything you can give us?
You're going to get him killed.
How long's it gonna be before she slips, Phil?
I don't know. She's not there.
The Americans, all new Tuesday at 10 on FX and FX Now.
Every weekday morning, Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp go head-to-head on the day's biggest sports topics. And all next week, they'll be debating the NCAA tournament, including where Villanova, Creighton, and other Big East teams end up in the seedings. It's America's fastest-growing sports show. Undisputed with Skip and Shannon, weekdays from 9:30 a.m. to noon Eastern, only on FS1. 46-31. 46-31. And let's take a look at the stars today for Villanova.
In the pregame, Donnie Marshall made a great point. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. And quality right here, these three players with Jenkins, Nash, and Brunson, 41 points out of 46 for Villanova.
And Stuart Mandel's projected #1 seeds.
I think North Carolina may pop out of it by losing in there.
Well, UCLA lost yesterday to Arizona.
So it may be the winner of the Pac-12 that slides in there. And Villanova has a chance, to me, if they win this, to secure an overall #1 seed.
Oregon will play Arizona in the Pac-12 championship game. Jay Wright. Jalen Brunson, along with Reynolds. Here's Brunson driving to the basket. And Brunson, when he gets down low, Jimmy, he reminds me of Steve Nash when he would attack your legs, even if you're a bigger player, inside Reynolds. And he lays it in.
Well, also, too, not playing with Steve in his back-to-back MVP season, he maintains his dribble, which is tough for a defense because the tendency is to stop, but you think he's going to pick it up, but he maintains it and makes a play.
Thomas, baseline pull-up. Good. Kyrie Thomas with 5 points. He averages 13 on the season. Had 10 last night against Xavier. for the screen. Bridges goes baseline, loses it, and out of bounds.
Gus, the two-man game is so tough to control, in particular when you have a guy or a point guard that can play. So right here, even with this two-man game with Chris Jenkins, because he is a threat from shooting the basketball, he's able to get the roll, and where it's at is right in the middle of the court. And because you have shooters spread out on the sidelines and in the corners, you can't help in.
Harold Jr. handling the ball in space. He'll take another jump shot. DiVincenzo going up high. Now Brunson. Jenkins. Casper. Hard move to the cup. And a foul on Hegner.
And that shows the discipline of this Villanova team. Pascal that time kind of got in trouble, but instead of forcing a shot or panicking, he knew exactly where the outlet pass was going to be at. And then once again, Hegner on the closeout because he's more vertical. Now once he goes for that pump fake, it's really nothing that he can do to recover without foul.
Tyree Thomas out of the game. Isaiah Zierden enters. Zierden will guard Brunson. Jenkins this time hard down the lane. Can't get the bounce. DiVincenzo tips it up and in. First basket of the game for Dante DiVincenzo.
And Coach Wright was pumping his fist with Jenkins about getting to the basket.
Inside Hansen. Blocked from behind. Jenkins lost it. Back to Hansen. Goes up, no, loose. DiVincenzo rakes it out. And DiVincenzo up and in. The big ragu. (52-33). And Josh Hart called for a reach-in. 11:14 to play in the second half, 52-33.
The big ragu, as you call him, Euro step, left hand. You're talking about a player that benefited from it. It was Jalen Brunson.
Villanova closing in on another Big East tournament championship.
Rated T for teen.
Sure, you can take down a 60-foot robotic dinosaur with one of these. But where's the skill in that? Survive a future dominated by machines. Protect yourself with unique outfits. Take down your enemies with specialized weapons. Get this bonus content and more in the Horizon Zero Dawn Digital Deluxe Edition. Available only on the PlayStation Store.
PlayStation. They said he was too old. They said she couldn't compete. They said we can compete. The new Skechers Go Run 5. Skechers Performance. Choose greatness.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground was where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and shooting some b-ball outside Arby's. We have the meat.
Soccer Sunday. It's time to stand. Catch Minnesota versus Atlanta on ESPN2 at 5 Eastern. Then LA versus Portland on FS1 at 7 Eastern.
No mercy. Something's coming. I can see it.
We're brothers.
We're brothers?
Do you like to see your brothers suffer?
Brothers argue.
You want the ball. I want the ball, too.
Time out.
I feel I'm the best. I want to cover the best.
Are you sure you're still in the Hall of Fame?
Stop playing, Skip.
I said it.
We have something that no other team has.
Hop on the bandwagon. It could be a fun ride for you.
Choose a side.
Vote.
America's fastest growing sports show.
This is undisputed.
to the Big East Championship on Fox, sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. 52-33, top-seeded Villanova leading Creighton here in the second half. Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with National Alliance on Mental Illness and their commitment to improving the lives of families and those living with mental illness. Learn more about how to be stigma-free and visit foxsportsupports.com. Gus Johnson, Jimmy Jackson, Lisa Byington with you. Think about Villanova. They play 7 guys, but they rarely get into foul trouble. We rarely see guys foul out. 7 fouls versus St. John's, 10 fouls versus Seton Hall. 6 fouls tonight.
Well, it's because they're in proper position in the play where they're not reaching. See right here, he had 2 or 3 guys surrounded by the ball. And they don't take chances defensively by bailing their opponents out by reaching. But that's this fundamental teaching, going over and over and being disciplined defensively.
Inside. And an incredible stat, Jimmy. Creighton with 10:33 to go in the second half. If the stat monitor is right, they have not attempted a free throw in this game.
Unbelievable. You would think this Creighton team with Marcus Foster, all of that they would be able to get inside. Or Pat posted up.
Jenkins. Kyrie Thomas the other way. Cole Huff frees himself with the dribble and buries a mid-range jump shot. 52-35.
Cole Huff gave Chris Jenkins a little bit of his own medicine with the pump fake.
DiVincenzo pulls up. And a foul inside. And it'll go against Creighton.
And Cole Huff telling Chris Jenkins, hey, brother, you're not the only one that got a little pump fake in his game right here. And undisciplined Chris Jenkins. Cole Huff able to step right in and knock in a jump shot.
Patton called for a second foul. Hart, quiet offensively as of late. Runs it. Pivots. Scoops. Harold Jr. the other way. Drives hard to the basket, off the glass and in. Where's this kid been?
I don't know what, but it's a good thing that he's in there because he's been so aggressive since he's entered the lineup. But right there for defensive transition, no one stops the basketball, and Harrell does a great job of maintaining his dribble, pushing it all the way to the basket, absorbing the contact, now getting to the line.
Ronnie Harold Jr., 6'7" guard from Denver, Colorado, and this will be the first free throw attempt of the night for Creighton. 52-37. Harold Jr. coming off the bench has really given this team a spark. Bridges for 3. Harold Jr. the other way. Left wing, Kyrie Thomas. Tipped up, no. Harold Jr. got a hand on it. Double clutch up and in. This kid's doing a terrific job for Coach McDermott. He has 9 off the bench. Didn't score at all in the first half. 52-39.
You know what he's giving them, though, Gus, besides the point?
His
energy. Size, but he's giving them the energy. Immediately, you can feel his impact on the court.
Off balance, Jenkins pulls up, banks it in, and the foul. Big, smooth. 14 points.
Gus, I like to say KYG, know your game. Chris Jenkins right here understands that he can pull up for the jump shot. His defensive man, again, Cole Huff, look at the closeout position. You're dropping that right leg, Gus, because that's going to lead to a drive to the basket on the baseline to Chris Jenkins.
So Chris Jenkins at the line. And Harold Jr. with a rebound. 54-39, but Creighton has energy now. Cole Huff pulls up. Those are the kind of shots that can get him back in this game. Cole Huff. Big week coming up for that young man. His mother is going to undergo heart surgery coming up this week. He's from Pasadena, California. We wish her all the best. Brunson three. Thanks, Mom.
Every time. Guess you call two things. One, Creighton would make a run because they could score. Two, that Brunson and Hart are always involved when they need him.
Brunson with 14. Harold Jr. has been having his way. 6-7. 12 to shoot. Thomas hands it off. Huff, 6 to shoot. Pump fake. Gets it away and draws a foul. Cole Huff will go to the line. Looks like he'll shoot 3. Jay Wright joining the likes of guys like John Thompson, Louis Carnesecca, Rowley, Coach Gavitt.
The old rules of TV are no longer with us. Now it's okay. It's a root for the bad guy.
Your favorite character can die without warning!
And we can store more shows than you could ever watch. You no longer need the box or the guy who installs it.
The rules of TV have changed.
It's time to change how you get it.
PlayStation. They said he was too old. They said she couldn't compete. They said we can compete. The new Skechers Go Run 5. Skechers Performance. Choose greatness.
Where's Frank? It's league night.
Save money on motorcycle insurance with Geico going up the country, ball without me. Frank.
I'm going to get nachos.
Snack bar's closed.
Geico Motorcycle. Great rates for great rides.
Sometimes just looking at a sandwich can fill you with pride. Just like how eating a sandwich can fill you with sandwich. Arby's, we have the meat.
Premier Boxing Champions top fighters go toe-to-toe on FS1. Matching strength and speed.
Can he finish him this time?
Combined with heart and determination.
What a right hand!
For a shot at becoming a champion.
What a way to finish!
This week, Sergey Derevyanchenko is ready to go to work as Kamal Russell makes his PBC debut. Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on FS1. The FA Cup is on FS1. The quarterfinals kick into high gear as one of the elites
Tottenham have won it!
meets a scrappy upstart. Sunday, Tottenham, Millwall at 10 Eastern on FS1.
Fox College Hoops is sponsored by PNC Investments. PNC Investments provides every retirement investor with personal financial advice. And by Moto Z with Moto Mods. 57-42, Villanova, Creighton heading to the free throw line. But remember this last year, national title game, Villanova, North Carolina. Ryan Archidiakono takes the inbound play, dribbles the length of the floor, finds Chris Jenkins in stride, and he buries one of the greatest shots in the history of the game of basketball as Villanova cut down the nets and won the national title.
What all kids that play this game dream about on the biggest stage at the right moment, to be the guy that knocks down the winning shot to win a national championship.
Chris Jenkins got that jump shot from his mom, Felicia, college player in her own right.
I was talking to Ashley Howard. He said one thing about this young man, yes, the talent, the shooting. He said, but his IQ, his intelligence, understanding. Now, I'm going to question that because on 2 plays, he didn't bid for the jump, for the pump fake twice, and it cost him. But outside of that, he uses his mind to be able to elevate his game.
More importantly, though, for Creighton, Josh Huff at the line, Cole Huff, rather, at the line, shooting 3. The Blue Jays quietly pulling themselves back into this game.
Well, it's plenty of time enough for them to start to make some shots. But again, the key is, guys, you can't trade basket for basket. You got to get multiple stops in order to get this lead under 10.
And since being down by 20, Creighton has gone on a 19-11 run. Crumpler comes in now. The young man from Slovenia for Creighton. Runs him down the lane. And a traveling violation. There's one of the stops you talked about, Jim.
Yeah, did Brunson drag the back foot on that jump stop? I think Jay is kind of debating that right there. And he said that he had 2 hands on the back of him, kind of pushed him a little bit into that trouble.
Creighton with a chance to cut the lead to 10 with a 2 and a 9 with a 3-pointer. Harrell Jr. using his size, gets inside, tried to hand it off to Crumple. Ball loose, and the Blue Jays cough it up. 17 turnovers, season high, tying the season high for Creighton.
It's been a big possession, guys. Harrell should have just put that at the rim instead of trying to pass it in close quarters.
Josh Hart down the lane, double clutch and foul.
Little plays, get into 50-50 balls right here, valuing each possession, and right here, little curly kneel right there for Mikal Bridges on his knees. Now back on the other end, don't take advantage. What happens? Villanova back at the free throw line.
Josh Hart, so rugged. As he makes the first of 3 things you need to know about Josh Hart, his sports hero, Elston Howard, his uncle, the great baseball player, best birthday gift, life, and his favorite class, baseball and the American dream.
Introspective kind of young man. And you can tell that's how he plays, and he approaches the game that way as well.
The pride of Sidwell Friends High School in Washington. Tyree Thomas. Now Huff for 3. Creighton unable to get those timely baskets.
Well, 2 possessions that time. Harrell turns it over in a quick rush shot by Cole Huff. 2 empty possessions that could have cut into this Villanova lead.
Hart. Skip pass, DiVincenzo, 2 to shoot. Step back jumper. Ball batted out by Pascal. Into the hands of Zierden. And knocked away and out of bounds by DiVincenzo.
Yeah, people complain about, well, why doesn't Villanova get any fouls called? Right here, the contest under control without the foul. In the first half against St. John's the other night, no fouls. Early in this game, didn't put Creighton to the free throw line because they play solid defense and they don't bail their opponents out.
Nova, only 8 fouls tonight. DiVincenzo had the big game against St. John's, 25. Tyree Thomas to Zierden, wide open. Packer with a rebound. Kyrie on the hop. Off the glass, no. DiVincenzo with the board. They find Brunson in transition. He's got Hart trailing. Brunson across the lane and foul.
No matter what the score is, this Villanova team will continue to fight, claw, hustle every possession, mean something. And even on that break right there, guys, Jalen Brunson allowed a streaking and trailing Josh Hart to gather some attention, which allowed him to slice right into the middle and get to the basket.
Well, the big question for Jalen Brunson as a sophomore, will he declare and head to the NBA? His father, Rick Brunson, is an assistant coach for Tom Thibodeau and the Minnesota Timberwolves. So one thing is for sure, he will get the best information. What kind of information do you get when you have to make a decision like that, and who gives it to you?
Well, with his father being there, he'll understand who's in front of him in regards to point guards being drafted. You talk about Lonzo Ball, Dennis Smith, Markelle Fultz. Those guys are going to go early. The question you have is, if I'm not going immediately in the lottery, why go? You can be the top point guard coming back next year. And that means something in regards to where you're drafted and how much you're going to get paid, too. So those are decisions you make that are best for you long-term, not short-term.
Folks from Washington already declaring that he will be entering the draft this season after his freshman year. Patton backdoor, Huff off the glass, no, loose ball, out of bounds, and it's Villanova basketball.
And another example that time, Jalen Brunson riding the side of Cole Huff, staying parallel in the air, not drawing the foul or contact.
Brunson in the tourney, 14 points against St. John's, 13 against Seton Hall, and 16 tonight. Huff heads to the bench. Marcus Foster back in. He hasn't had his best game, Foster. Only 4 points, and he's scoreless in the second half. 2 for 8. Hart double team. Mikal Bridges to Jenkins, wide open. And Bridges loses it. Pascal with a hand on the ball. 61-45. Inside, Kyrie Thomas. Double pump off the glass, no, but a foul. And that foul called on Bridges is second. Thomas at the line, he has 5 this evening. 4:19 to go. He averages close to 13 per game. DiVincenzo back in. Bridges heads to the bench.
How about the job Villanova has done on Marcus Foster? 2 for 8, only 4 points. It's not just one guy doing it. Wherever Marcus Foster drives the basketball, he sees 2 to 3 white jerseys in front of him. Not having those open spaces, those gaps that he saw, last night.
Zierden out of the game now. Clement comes in. Hart. DiVincenzo! Boy, he took off Jimmy. Like he wanted to do something really nasty.
Yeah, he wanted to, but this is how you break the press. You allow the ball to get over the top, and then you fill inside. But now you're running the lane, so now you put Justin Patton in a tough situation on which way do I go? Do I stay with the ball? Do I go back? And then it comes down ultimately, Gus, to making the right decision.
Dante DiVincenzo, 9 points last night against Seton Hall. The day before versus St. John's, he had his career high with 25 on 7 of 8 shooting, 5 of 6 from the three-point line, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Clement, 62-46. Harold Jr. back in the game. He's giving him a lift. Michael Stevens calling a foul.
It's always difficult when you give up size, but you got to keep your lower body movement. Now, right here, 2 guys just get tangled up. Easy call for Michael Smith. But this Villanova team, what they do extremely well is they never stand still. So Patton can't get and field post-up position. That's why he's not as effective down low.
Second foul on Hart. Inside, Patton. And he lays it in. That'll set up the press for Creighton. Under 4 to go in the Big East Tournament Championship game. And a 5-second violation against Chris Jenkins. He didn't get the timeout in time. And a timeout on the floor. 3:50 to go. Blue Jays still fighting. The Villanova Wildcats, though, closing in on yet another Big East tournament championship.
They said he was too old. They said she couldn't compete. They said we can compete. The new Skechers Go Run 5. Skechers Performance. Choose greatness.
Sorry, kids.
Feeling dead on your feet?
I've been on my feet all day.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles have a unique gel wave design for outrageous comfort that helps you feel more energized. Dr. Scholl's, feel the energy.
How can I help you today?
Yeah, I need to file a claim. My central air stopped working and needs to be replaced.
Oh, sorry, your homeowner's insurance doesn't cover air conditioners.
So what do you cover?
Well, home damage from things like earthquakes, volcanoes, a zombie apocalypse.
Zombie apocalypse.
Covered.
But not my air conditioner.
But his air conditioner would have been covered with a home warranty from American Home Shield, plus major components of 20 other home systems and appliances, like his electrical system, plumbing, oven, refrigerator, washer, water heater, and more. Homeowners insurance can cover what might happen.
Zombies are coming!
But a home warranty from award-winning American Home Shield helps cover what will happen.
Now the dryer won't work.
Life happens. Have a plan. Get a home warranty from American Home Shield. For valuable free information, call 1-800-942-5635.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground was where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and shooting some b-ball outside Arby's. We have the meat.
Welcome to Vegas. Buckle up and let it ride. NASCAR Goes West heads to Las Vegas. Sunday at 3 Eastern on Fox.
To 48, Villanova leading Creighton here in the Big East Tournament Championship game with 3:50 to go as we take a look at the game reset. Creighton with 3 timeouts, Nova with 2. Marcus Foster has been held down by this Villanova defense, only 4 points. Patton, he's been good at the basket. He has 10. Stevens trying to explain the situation to Coach McDermott.
Substitution of getting Hart in the game.
Here's Foster down the lane. And a foul on the floor. The basket will not count. And Creighton will shoot 1 and 1.
Out of bounds play, drew up for Martin, for Foster to go one-on-one.
And Foster a little frustrated today. Only 4 points as he heads to the line. 2 of 8 shooting.
Marcus Foster shooting 1 and 1.
And he gets them both. Zierden now quickly into the game for Creighton as Clement heads to the bench. Creighton picking up full court. 62 to 50, 12-point game, a lot of time left. Here's Brunson with Hart. Hart to the basket. Lost it, no. Pascal. And a foul away from the ball.
1 and 1 for 4. 1 and 1 for 4.
That's one thing you're going to do. If you're going to press, you can't allow the advanced pass to get as close to half court as it did. And now it's easy for Villanova to beat him.
Patton picks up his 4th. And that will send Pascal to the line to shoot free throws. The Fordham transfer. Eric Pascal. 2014-15 Atlantic 10 Rookie of the Year from Dobbs Ferry, New York. And both free throws good. 14-point lead. 3:33 to go. Do or die time now for the Blue Jays. They've got to get back into this game quickly. Foster for 3. Hart can't hold on. Picked up Bridges. Now Brunson. He'll pull it back and waste some clock. If he can, inside. Bridges back door. Hart. And foul. And that's the 5th foul on Patton. He will have to leave the game.
Well, the beauty about the Villanova offense is that they don't stay stagnant and stuck to one spot. You see Mikal Bridges cutting. You see Josh Hart cutting. It's always more difficult to guard a team when there's constant body movement. And if you're not communicating on the back line, coupled with guys that are willing passers, you're going to give up a lot of backdoor cuts and easy baskets.
Josh Hart, 20 points tonight. He also has 6 rebounds. .66-50. Foster. Almost traveled. Harold Jr. Baseline Zierden for 3. And a timeout by the Blue Jays. 66-53. 2:59 to go. Patton dejected. He fouled out of this game. Back to the Garden right after this.
Soccer Sunday. It's time to stand. Catch Minnesota versus Atlanta on ESPN2 at 5 Eastern. Then LA versus Portland on FS1 at 7 Eastern.
April 4th.
Step away from my brother.
66-53. 2:59 to play for Jay Wright and the Wildcats. Jay Wright, he's won 5 Big East regular season titles and 4 in a row. The 2015 Big East tournament champs as well. Wright, 11 NCAA tourneys in the past 12 years. Final 4 in 09 and 16. And he cut down the nets last year. DiVincenzo quickly to Hart. Hart explodes to the basket. Out of his hands and out of bounds as Hegner got a hand on it.
Yeah, once again, over the top. You're beating the zone press, and now you get caught 2-on-1 situation. It puts Hegner in a tough decision-making mode of what to do. Josh Hart coming right at you.
DiVincenzo the inbounder to Pascal. Hart guarded by Harold Jr. And a foul.
Guys, you know what else this tournament provided for Villanova? Besides, if they can close it out and get their second one for these seniors. It allowed Jay to experiment with the bigger lineup, where he had Reynolds, he had Painter, and he had Pascal in there for short periods of time, just to see how that flow would work. So it's the game within the game preparing for something else later on that he was able to work on in the Big East tournament.
They wanted to redshirt Dylan Painter, but when Reynolds went out with the rib injury for 5 games, they had to push him onto the floor.
Glad they did, because he provided a big body. Plus, it gave him in-game experience at critical moments within the game, and he came through. He provided rebounding, some scoring. Defensively, he was there.
Hart with 24. 68-53. He's 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Marcus Foster. Kyrie Thomas goes up high, and a foul on Thomas.
A tough call.
That looked like it was a
jump ball.
Jump ball.
Something like a jump ball. Who gets it? And to me, that's almost, I see at the end right there, but it's almost like a no call. 2 guys are really hustling for the ball. Kyrie Thomas is free to attack it, just as Josh Hart.
Hart perfect today at the line.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, yes, breaks out.
And he gets the second. 25 for the Big East Player of the Year. Zierden gets up, rejected by Bridges. Jenkins cross court to Bridges. Baseline, Brunson. Inside, DiVincenzo. Villanova, time on their side. Foster reaching and fouls.
Once again, you may be up big points, but every possession counts. You don't take it off in the tournament, it can come back to haunt you. And Mikal Bridges still playing hard. And again, the drive, the defensive play, the block without fouling.
Brunson with 16 tonight. And now Pascal comes back in to replace DiVincenzo. And he gets the second. 2:10 to play, 70-55. Foster picks it up in the front court. Takes a jump shot. Picks up the loose ball. And a travel on Josh Hart. Foster. Blitz. Forced it up and gets the roll. 70-57. That'll set up the full court pressure by Creighton. Brunson. Hart. To the bucket. Up and in. 27 for Hart. 72-57. Harold Jr. That's an air ball. Now Brunson. Hart inside again. Up and in. 29. 74-57. Foster hits a deep three. And Greg McDermott calls a timeout. He'll get some of his subs in.
The senior going out in style, making the case for why he should be National Player of the Year.
Dear Predictable, there's no other way to say this. It's over. I found a permanent escape from monotony. Together we are perfectly balanced. Our senses awake. Our hearts racing as one. I know this is sudden, but they say if you love something, set it free. See you around, Julia.
They said he was too old. They said she couldn't compete. They said we can compete. The new Skechers Go Run 5. Skechers Performance. Choose greatness.
Rated T for teen.
The stories don't tell us where the old ones went. They don't tell us why the machines rule these lands. But they warn us that this balance cannot last. A storm is coming, and I will be ready.
The Reuben hails from New York. But with Arby's new Reuben, with double the meat, they should rename the city New York, New York. Arby's, we have the meat.
Let's go to Sin City. Fierce and fast. A little out of control. In this town, the odds are never in your favor. But sometimes you just gotta roll the dice.
Look at that! Checkered flag! Unbelievable!
NASCAR Goes West heads to Las Vegas. Sunday at 3 Eastern on Fox. Sponsored by Toyota. Let's go places.
To 60, Villanova, a minute and 14 away from another championship here in the Big East tournament. As you take a look at the game reset, Hart with 29. He ties the Nova record for most points in the tournament. Scotty Reynolds and Kerry Kittles. And now Hart share it.
Well, how about this? He shares another award as well. Patrick Ewing, Peyton Silver, the other two guys who got multiple tournament MVPs. I'm sure Josh Hart will be hoisting up that award after this game.
The Dave Gavitt Award.
Right, great company.
Hart, nice catch, but he can't hold on. So it was not a nice catch, excuse me. Davian Mintz, top of the arc. Subs getting an opportunity to play now for Creighton as Coach McDermott put in Jordan Scurry, a freshman from Massachusetts, and also Kobe Peraz, and he's from the Philippines. Number 24 and number 5. Crumple, the Slovenian at the line shooting free throws with a minute and a second to go. Pascal with the board. Creighton Looks like they'll back off. Villanova. 50 seconds to play. 14-point lead. The national champions were all business from the very beginning. Hart for 30. Davion Mintz. Clement. This jump shot off the mark for Scurry. Rebounded Pascal, and that will do it. 20 seconds to go as the best player in the Big East walks it over the floor. Josh Hart will finish with 29. Brunson at 17. Jenkins with 14. The three stars combined for 60. And they're on their feet at the Garden. The Villanova Wildcats are Big East tournament champions. So Villanova handling their business this season. They won the regular season title. Now they've won the tournament title. One thing left. Can they win another national title?
They have the tools, but more importantly, they have the mentality of what it takes to win a championship. And you know, in a one-game series, guys, it's all about matchups. Can they get the #1 overall seed? They're close to home. They'll have time to rest and get healthy. The game plans will be in place. So they have the tools to repeat.
But they will have to take on the likes of the Kansases, the Dukes, the Carolinas, the Villanova, the Arizonas, the UCLAs.
Teams with more height, a little deeper in their lineups.
74-60. Let's go to Lisa Byington.
All right, well, with Josh Hart, nearly put up a 30-point game, and really the key was the tone that you set early on. What did you emphasize here out of the gates in this one?
We just got to set the tone. We got to play 40 minutes of Villanova basketball. We had a tough game yesterday. Seton Hall came in and punched us in the mouth, and we knew that's something we couldn't have happened today. So we tried to go in and just set the tone from the start.
What was good about your defense tonight?
That everyone stepped up for each other. If someone made a mistake, his brother stepped up for him. And that's the biggest thing. You're not going to be perfect defensively, but as long as you're together, that's all that really matters.
This is your last time here through conference play, the last time to put on a conference championship hat and T-shirt. What do you want your Big East stamp to be?
Just a winner. That's all I really care about. No accolades really. I don't like, they're nice, but I don't care about that. I care about these, my brothers. I care about winning, and I care about each other. I love them, and that's what I wanted to be.
How important was it for you guys to come out tonight and establish yourself as the #1 team in the country?
No, we never thought about that. We knew we had a tough task with a tough Creighton team, who was very disciplined, very well coached. So that's all that really mattered. We knew we could come in, and lose this game just as easy as we could win it. So nothing else really mattered. We just had to go in and set a tone against a tough team.
You take one final stroll with your senior classmates here now in the NCAA tournament. What has this ride been like with them?
Oh, it's been memorable. It's something that we're always going to have. No one can take any of this stuff away from us. And that's something that we're proud about. But we're not going to think about that now. We got one more tournament to go in. We're not as good as we can be yet. We got to keep getting better.
All right, thank you. Enjoy. We'll turn now to the point guard, Jalen Brunson. First of all, I asked Josh Hart what it meant to take this ride with his senior classmates. What has it been like as an underclassman to be led by those seniors?
It means so much because, they've been so accomplished. They've done so much in their 4 years, but you wouldn't know the way they carry themselves. They're so humble, and they're hungry to do even more. And, they're just great seniors, great captains. You know, we really look up to them.
How did you guys set the tone in the first half today?
It definitely starts with our defense. When we have energy on defense and we're not worrying about who's getting the credit on offense or if we're making shots or not, and that just shows each other that we're in it together. We're in it till the last second. We're in it till nothing happens or whatever happens. So as long as we're together, I mean, it means a lot to us.
I called you an underclassman, and you are, but you're almost like a grown-up sophomore. How have you grown throughout the year heading now into the NCAA?
Just by our leadership, just by me listening to the coach, and also by my experience. It's just really an honor to be part of this program and learn from Ryan last year, learn from Josh this year, learn from the seniors, and I learn from coach as well.
Thank you for the time. Go enjoy it with your teammates.
Thank you.
Jalen Brunson, Villanova Wildcats, your Big East tournament champion.
Welcome to the FS1 UFC Fight Night post-fight show. Fortaleza, Brazil, played host to 10 fights on FS1 tonight, and they did not disappoint. The FS1 UFC Fight Night post-fight show is sponsored by Motel 6. Book online. The UFC post-fight show is brought to you by Motel 6. The new Motel6.com. They will leave the light on for you. Welcome inside our Los Angeles studios. I'm Todd Grisham alongside middleweight champion Michael Bisping and the Jitsu master himself, Yves Edwards. Gentlemen, we saw a knockout of the year, a classic light heavyweight win for Shogun Rua. But let's start with the main event.
Yes.
What did we just see, Michael?
Well, Motel 6 leave the lights on, but I tell you what, Kelvin Gastelum didn't leave Vitor's lights on. That's a fact. Kelvin looked absolutely fantastic. He was calm, composed, collected. He did the perfect thing. He pushed Vitor, up against the fence, picked the perfect shots. He looked absolutely outstanding. This was a big pressure situation for Kelvin, and I just thought he handled the whole thing fantastically.
Yeah, I agree with that, absolutely. He performed well under those bright lights. A guy like Vitor Belfort has all that experience, but Kelvin Gastelum showed the experience level that he's at. He kept Vitor at the end of his shots and was able to land a big punch and end the night for him.
You see, Vitor kept going for that spinning wheel kick. Of course, he had success against Luke Rockhold with that, and he wanted to go back to that. Well, of course, he was looking for another spectacular knockout, but it wasn't to be. As I said, well done, Kelvin.
After seeing this victory by Kelvin Gastelum, where does he fit now in the division?
You know, it's hard to say because where is Vitor at? You know, I mean, because he was on testosterone replacement therapy for a long time when that was allowed, and I think it's fair to say without that supplementation, he's not quite the same Vitor. So where do you rank this performance? It's hard to say because I think it's fair to say that Vitor's diminished a little bit. Now, I'm not trying to take away from Kelvin's win. I thought it was a fantastic performance, and he took him out there beautifully. I mean, when he dropped him there, I thought the fight was over. Vitor did show good heart, and then the second time, the second drop, boom, he just went down straight away. Beautiful peach of a left hand. Absolutely fantastic work.
Yeah, Kelvin showed a lot in this fight, but Vitor has been in there so many times with so many good guys. He's taken some damage over the years, and at some point, the chin goes away. I mean, getting hit with those big shots that he got hit with tonight, I don't know. I don't know what's next for Vitor after this.
Well, Vitor says he has one fight left, one fight on his current contract, wants to fight in his hometown of Rio. Then after that, he'll see. What would your recommendation be for him, Yves?
I think time's up. I think it's time to retire. You know, I mean, he's had a fantastic career. He's been around for a long time. As, you know, we spoke about before, he's won multiple belts. But it's fair to say his best days are behind him. You can't deny that. You know, he's now lost 4 out of his last 5. And personally, I think it's time to call it a day. I mean, if you look at his body, he doesn't even resemble the same person that he was 2 years ago. He looks completely different.
Yeah, he does look different, but I mean, you can't tell a guy. I think it's time for Vitor to hang it up, but he has to go home and look in the mirror, and that's a decision that he's going to have to make. You know, when you get hit with these shots and you go down from a guy that's so much younger than you, and I'm sure he was confident that he was going to win this fight. Otherwise, he wouldn't have signed the contract. But when you go down to a guy you have so much more experience than so quickly, and you really seem to be outclassed pretty much the whole night, I don't know. You really need to reassess.
In his defense, I mean, we spoke about it before, he has been around for 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, that's a lot of miles on the clock, physically and mentally. So, you know, for me, I think he's done it. He's had his career, he's had a fantastic career, he's had a great run. I mean, there's no point taking endless damage. But, of course, you know, money is an attractive thing.
It certainly is, and as for one fighter being Vitor Belfort's career winding down, Kelvin Gastelum's is just heating up. He's now 10-0 as a middleweight.
Yeah.
Is he in this division to stay? Should he flirt with going back down to 170 at all, in your opinion?
Well, his last 2 fights at middleweight, he looked absolutely fantastic. Against Tim Kennedy, he looked incredible. Tonight, he looked just as good. As I said, he was very cool, calm, and collected. Of course, not doing those grueling weight cuts is certainly agreeing with him. I mean, you can't deny those 2 results. I mean, 2 good fighters. I mean, the thing is, again, with the Tim Kennedy fight, that was somebody that was away for a long time as well. So I'm not trying to rain on his parade, but it is kind of hard to gauge exactly where he's at. I'd like to see him have a fight against a current middleweight that's been active for a long time and doing well and having success. But yeah, listen, he's doing fantastic at middleweight. My advice would be to stay there. And if it doesn't work out, then he can always go to middleweight. Sorry, pardon me, welterweight.
He's fighting some of the better guys at middleweight. He's fighting ranked fighters at middleweight, but he hasn't fought some of the bigger sized ranked middleweights, guys like Jacare, guys like